Hello friends, welcome to my studio, aka my room. Alright, let's be real. I'm running on fumes. I just got back from a flight shift yesterday night and I have another flight shift tomorrow, and after that I have to work on a sewing project that I will need all of my remaining brain cells for. Not many of those are left, by the way. So instead of being productive, I just decided to sit here and ramble about crochet projects that I would love to make, but halfway through they would make me reevaluate my life choices. I don't usually do these kind of chit-chat videos, so if you like this format and you want to see more of it, you can let me know by liking the video. Also maybe comment and let me know if you would like me to drop my wisdom on some specific topics. Anyway, subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into it. I have my laptop here, so I'm gonna be mostly looking at the screen for references, which I will put on the side somewhere. So let's start with category number 1, blankets, but not any blankets. I'm talking temperature blankets, mood blankets. What else do people track with blankets? Let's see. Okay, so this is kind of sweet. There's some people who track books, like pages read, or books maybe genre. Some people also track vacations. I don't know how you go about that, but it's not always squares and straight lines. You can be creative with tracking blankets. Whatever it is, if it has the word tracker in it, count me out. And it's not that I have anything against those blankets, it's just that I know that I won't be able to finish it. I did attempt a mental health blanket last year to track my anxiety and my progress through therapy and all of that. Basically to track my mental health in general. It was actually like a different kind of therapy, I would say. You are forced to reflect and see where you are mentally, and based on that you will be tracking your progress. It was good while it lasted, but I wouldn't say it was life-changing, to be honest. But it helped in the sense of keeping me aware of where I'm at mentally. So I kept tracking it for about 6 months, I think, and then life threw a few curveballs at me, I would say. Then I just completely lost interest in the whole thing, and now I have 4 complete squares. Actually, let me just show you. So those are the full-size squares that I have. That's 1. I did not keep track of which months they are, but I could probably tell if I go back to my notes. This is the 3rd one. I probably had a very, very rough month tracking this one, because blue is like a really bad mental health day. I survived. And I have 2 smaller squares as well, but I don't know what to do with all of these. I honestly have no idea. They are so soft. They would be such a pain to frog because of all of the color changes. I still might be frogging them though if I cannot think of anything to make out of them. But they are really, really soft and flowy. Like, you don't even need to block them. They are ready to be made into clothing. I don't know what to make of them. So if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I have absolutely no clue. Would this be a sweater? But that would mean that I would have to make more squares out of it. Ugh. So yeah, back to the blankets. They are a huge project. They eat up a ton of yarn. It's a year-long commitment, depending on what you're making. And honestly, I don't think I would attempt another one. I'm not bashing people who actually enjoy making these. That's good for you if you do. I just personally don't. So, moving on. Category number 2, crochet coats, jackets, or any long cardigans. I mean, doesn't it feel like making a blanket but with extra steps? Depending on which yarn you're using, what kind of stitches you're going for, and the length that you're going for. These big projects could eat from 10 to 20 balls of yarn or skeins of yarn, or whatever you want to call them. You could use chunky yarn to cut down on materials and time, but you'll have to choose the yarn wisely, because you might end up with a very, very stiff cardigan, unless that's what you're going for. Just to visualize what I'm talking about, let's go on a little trip on Ravelry. Okay, let's take this for example. Okay, let's do some calculations. So an XS would use 1,550 yards of yarn, which is 1,417 meters. Let's say we're making a medium, and let's round that up to 1,800 maybe. So this is the yarn that's suggested. One yarn skein has 100 meters, let's say. You would put 1,800 divided by 100. So that's 18 skeins. I don't know how much this yarn is, but that's a whole lot of yarn. You got what I'm trying to say, right? And I might be exaggerating here when I say that I think that those long cardigans are probably heavier than me. So if you're looking for a weighted blanket, there you go, I guess. Honestly, I would love to make one, but I'm scared that if I do, I wouldn't want to see another yarn ball ever in my life. Like ever. And I think for me, crochet dresses also fall into this category. So I'm sorry, Stephanie. Which leads me to the next category, which is wedding dresses. You heard that right. Some people make crochet wedding dresses, and I am in awe, to say the least. I mean, crochet dresses are something, but crochet wedding dresses, y'all are crazy. I love you for that, but I can never, and I will never. Okay, I will admit that I had a moment a few months ago where I thought, yeah, I could totally crochet my own wedding gown, right? It shouldn't be that hard, right? Until I watched this video. I know the title says I designed and knitted my wedding dress, but she did crochet a huge part of it. And after I watched it, it hit me how delusional I was. I do not have that kind of time or patience. I wish I had. And honestly, to bet the success of this whole project solely on my skills is a huge gamble that I'm not willing to make. No matter how skilled I am at crochet or knitting, because what if it turns out goofy, or what if it shrinks, or what if I block it and it expands too much, or what if I make it too early and then I gain some weight and I cannot fit into it anymore, or what if I don't finish it in time? I mean, that has to be the biggest anxiety inducing thing ever, and I have enough anxiety already in my system, so no thanks. Not to mention the cost. Of course, you would want to make your wedding gown from the best cotton yarn ever that you can ever find, and that's not going to be cheap. And then you make it and you wear it once, or you could actually make like a simple dress that you could re-wear. You can also dye the yarn as well. I mean, dye the dress and wear it in other occasions, honestly. Am I reconsidering this idea? Maybe. But I still think it's crazy hard to do this, because I have watched other creators do this. There are a few other creators who also crocheted their own wedding gowns. I'll link them in the description so you guys can see the amount of details that goes into that. It is absolutely insane. They are really, really talented artists. I hope the video is not getting too dark, because it is getting darker outside. I hope it's still okay. If it's not, just put me in the background. Don't look at the video. Just listen to me while you do your thing, you know? Okay, now moving on to more creative projects like tapestry crochet. But I'm not talking about those cute little crochet tapestries that you see people make. Those are relatively easy and they don't require a lot of color changes, so those are still okay. I mean the ones with shading, like a painting, you know? Like full-on photorealistic gradients but with yarn. Yeah, those are what I'm talking about. So to give you an idea of the level of complication that I'm talking about is this koi fish tapestry. It looks crazy, and I don't want to think about the color changes that this person had to do. And I don't want to see how the back looks like either. It does look great though. I would love to make a pillow cover like this, and maybe I will, just not in the near future. Another one that I just found that I think it's very complicated is this Lord of the Rings tapestry. I am not sure how big it is though. It looks kind of small, but it still has a lot of shading and color changes and gradients and all of the above. So beautiful, so jealous. Another sort of easier example is this sun tapestry. It still has quite a few colors and color changes, but it looks a little bit easier than the other ones. This birdhouse tapestry looks great as well. I love it. So cute. There's this deer Afghan as well, crazy shading, even though it's monochromatic, but it's still quite difficult to do. Another one that looks easy, but it's actually not. I don't think it's easy at all, is this strawberry tapestry. I think it kind of deceives you because strawberries are cute and girly and, you know, delicious and all of that. And I guess it looks easy because the shapes are like well defined, but this is a tricky one. More of the easier examples are those mountain tapestries. I think anyone can do them with a little bit of patience. I also pinned this on my Pinterest board, but I didn't see it. There's this candle tapestry. This looks crazy as well, and it's all dark. That's a no for me. I wouldn't even see where my stitches are going. And you can also find all of these alpha patterns all over Pinterest. There's easier ones, there's more complicated ones, there's kind of 2D ones, there's shaded ones. But even though most of those are meant for cross-stitching, I'm guessing, or embroidery in general, I'm not too sure about that, but you could technically make them in crochet. But let's say you want to make this one with crochet, you would have to deal with at least 20 bobbins just dangling there and waiting to be tangled. Personally, the closest thing I ever got to tapestry is this. Actually, let me show it to you. This is the closest thing I got to tapestry, is this Catghan sweater. If you want to make this, I will leave the tutorial in the description box. It's not by me. It only has 5 colors, but it ended my relationship with tapestry. So if you're one of those people who love making tapestry, I love you, I appreciate you, and I respect you, but I also fear you. Wait, let me check for tapestry on Ravelry. I didn't even check that. Okay, oh my god. Is this real? Oh my god, it is. There's no way. Is this actually crochet? Wait, I cannot tell. Crochet, it's a crochet pattern for a wall hanging or bed cover. This is crazy. Yeah, this one would completely destroy me. Oh, these cats. Okay, this is an alpha pattern. Okay, category number 6, rugs. This one physically hurts me. I'm sorry, I don't care how washable the yarn is. It just feels wrong. Fiber art doesn't go under your feet, in my humble opinion. Of course, unless it's tufting. Okay, for visualization purposes, imagine this. Imagine growing a plant from a seed or like a tiny little cutting and then being like, okay, go ahead, step on it. It's the same kind of thing. Granted, I did make a rug to go under my desk, like to put my feet on when it's too cold, but I did replace it with a footrest. And I put the rug on a shelf somewhere, like to put some books on it. But help me understand here. If you do make rugs, not out of tufting, because that doesn't count. If you do make crochet or knitted rugs, I don't know if that's even a thing, and you actually use them, like to step on them, explain to me, why would you put a beautiful rug on the floor just to step on it? What's the logic behind it? It just feels wrong. I don't know. I'll try to be open-minded. Category number 7, garlands. Teeny tiny, beautiful, intricate garden leaves, flowers, garlands that look so cute and that you want to cover your whole room with them. Your walls, your fairy lights, your curtains, your door frames. But that's a trap, because you would need to make hundreds of leaves and flowers. It's a great time killer though. A lot of time will go by, you'll be watching a Netflix show and you would be crocheting and thinking that you made like 50 leaves, let's say, but you will look to the side and you have 5 and you're like, bruh. I'm not even joking. That's what happened to me while I was making the leaves for my flower bouquet. Like, it just kept going and I don't even have that many to make. It's just, it felt like I made way more than what I actually did. But I guess the good thing about this is that this is a mindless project, so you can probably binge all of your TV shows, all of the TV shows that you want to binge, and hopefully be done by the time you binge watch them. And you can kind of freestyle it, freehand everything. As long as you know how to make the flowers that you want to make and the leaves that you want to make, you just make as many as you can and then put them all together. It doesn't have to be a specific number. Like, you don't have to follow a specific tutorial for it. You can just freehand it and see where it leads you. On that note, I would really like to see my walls covered in leaves and flowers, especially my fairy lights, but I'm also too lazy to do that. So anyway, that's my list. Projects that I really, really respect from a safe distance. I think I'll stick to my cute little granny squares, but even those can get overwhelming sometimes. So let me know in the comments if you've made any project that made you want to quit crochet, or if you've ever finished any of those projects that I was talking about today. And if you did, please tell me, how did you do that? You can also share them on our Discord community. I will leave the details in the description box. Again, don't forget to let me know if you like this kind of videos, and take care of yourselves until I see you next time.